You guys like fly fishing?
Hey, I'm Ben. I'm a huge fly fisherman.
Welcome back to another episode of Huge Fly Fisherman. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to put a loop on the end of your fly line, and at the end of the video, I'll tell you about a giveaway that we're doing. If you're not familiar with the basic fly line setup, maybe you're wondering why we even need a loop on the end of the fly line. Well, it's so we can have a removable and reusable connection from the fly line to the leader. It's a way to attach your leader. Let's start with a history lesson. Modern fly lines and leaders come with loops on the end so you can make a simple loop-to-loop connection. But it hasn't always been this way. They used to just have free ends and we had to do this thing called tying knots, uphill both ways. There are a lot of ways to attach your leader to your fly line. You can tie a loop in the end of your leader and then put a whipped loop in the end of your fly line and make a loop-to-loop connection. Raise your hand if you know what playa bond is. If you do, then we're from the same era. Another method is to add a permanent butt section of leader to the end of your fly line and put a loop on the end of it. That's what we will be doing in this video. These days, fly lines come with a welded loop in the end and a leader comes with a perfection loop already tied, so you can just do a loop-to-loop connection. Super convenient, super easy. Well, wait a minute. If modern fly lines and leaders already have loops in them, why do we need to know how to do this? Shut up, Jaden. It's because the welded loops can fall apart or break, or maybe you just don't trust them in the first place. You won't need to add a butt section like this very often, but it's an important skill to have. If you're out fishing and your welded loop breaks, you probably don't have a spare fly line, so you end up doing something like this, or even this. All of those are less than ideal. None of those connections are strong, they don't go through your guides well, and you're gonna look like a dummy out there with that on the end of your line. Do not post a picture of that kind of rig on Instagram. Adding a butt section to your fly line is like way better. Okay, enough yapping, I'm gonna show you how to do this. This is what we are going for. It's a short piece of thick monofilament nail knotted to the end of the fly line on one end with a perfection loop on the other end. So you wanna start with the nail knot. You can trim the end of your fly line to make it nice and clean, but don't trim it much more than about that. Otherwise you get back up into the taper and kind of ruin your fly line. It won't cast as well. So then take your short, thick piece of monofilament and tie a nail knot to the end of the fly line. I don't have a video for a nail knot, but I'm sure you can find one on YouTube. It's actually kind of a tough knot for beginners, so practice it. My one piece of advice is to do a short, quick pull when you're trying to seat the knot. Faster is better. A nail knot is a lot easier to tie if you have a tool. I carry this tool with me every day and I use it like 2 or 3 times a year. Also, shout out to the knot needle. That's a good one too. After you tie the nail knot, just give yourself 6 or 8 inches of butt section to work with and tie a perfection loop in the end of it. I can get it done with 3 or 4 inches, but if you need 6 or 8, that's fine. There's a joke in there somewhere. So that piece of monofilament is your butt section. Tie a perfection loop in the end of that. I do have a video for that. It's right here. And that's it. You're done. Now you have a permanent loop that you can use to make a loop-to-loop connection. How about a pro tip? We haven't done a pro tip yet. Don't ever use these braided loops instead of adding a butt section. Never, ever. They fall off. One thing you have to keep in mind is that the mono you use for your butt section has to be thick, like as thick or thicker than the leader, or else it will cause your line to hinge when you're casting. Again, less than ideal. Just use the butt section of an old leader that's kind of trashed. It's the perfect size. So pretty simple, right? The hardest part's the nail knot. Just practice that, and I promise this will come in handy for you one day. Okay, before we wrap up this video, let's talk about this giveaway. My friend Chris from Staschewax is doing a favorite online friends giveaway. There's a bunch of cool swag and even a fly rod. Some of the participants are Staschewax, duh, the Fiberglass Manifesto, Whiskey Scud, Crooked Creek Holler, Andrea Larco, Bam Bam Fly Guy, Jake Keeler, Moonlit Fly Rods, Vita Vu Gear, and me. If you want to enter to win this stuff, you got to head over to Chris's Instagram post and check it out. You can see all the stuff that you can win. And don't worry, we're not going to make you follow everybody and do all that stuff. We just want to spread the love. Thanks to everybody for participating in that. There's a lot of cool stuff there. Okay, that brings us to the end of another Huge Fly Fisherman video. I had fun, I hope you did too. Thanks to everyone for watching, and this is the part of the video where I tell you can go to hugeflyfisherman.com. You can get a bunch of cool Huge Fly Fisherman logo gear, hats and koozies and stickers that say funny things, all kinds of fun stuff. And it helps me make more videos for you. It's a pretty direct correlation there. We'll see you next Monday with another Huge Fly Fisherman video. Until then, have fun playing with your butt sections and stay huge. All right, I guess this is our thing now. Having a beer after every video. Everybody really likes it. I like it too. What are we gonna call it? Beers with Ben is pretty obvious, but that's too simple. I can't think of a good name. Leave a comment. And that helps the YouTube algorithm. I hope you've been well. It's winter. Sometimes it's a very slow winter for me so far. Still haven't been fishing since the last video. Haven't really been able to go skiing either. If you don't know, I like to ski. I live right near a big ski area. But I've just been busy and the skiing's been pretty awful. We got some snow this week, so it might be good, but whatever. I don't think anybody's really psyched about skiing this year. It's kind of a weird scene. You have to make reservations. Anyway. So whipped loop, or yeah, I was making this video and I put on my Instagram story a picture of the whipped loop and promptly got like 874 questions about it. It's called a whipped loop. The butt section's a better alternative. Whipped loop is neat, but it's basically obsolete. Just do the butt section. What else do you want to talk about? So I've been doing a lot of driving lately, and sorry, camera overheated and shut down. I had to put a new battery in it. Anyway, I think I should make a driving etiquette video because man, it is awful out there. I mean, I'm not gonna get into it here certainly, but wow, the left lane especially. I think a lot of you know what I'm talking about, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you're one of the people I'm talking about. Whatever. I don't really want to open that can of worms. In the heart of winter, not fishing much. Videos are not coming real quickly to me right now. I got another idea for the next one. I might be able to shoot that tomorrow, but I got to get started on this one because it is Wednesday and it's got to be up on Monday. I don't work very quickly. And I also have a full-time job and kids. Okay, gonna wrap it up. See you next week.